हेलो एवरीवन, आज हम बात करने वाले हैं वन ऑफ द वेरी फेमस एंड फेमिलियर फिनोमेना टू ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स, दैट इज़ फोटोसिंथेसिस। हम लोअर क्लासेस से इस फिनोमेना के बारे में पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, पर वहाँ हमने बहुत ही सिंपल तरीके से देखा दैट हाउ प्लांट्स प्रिपेयर फूड बाय दिस प्रोसेस। लेकिन आज इस वीडियो में हम थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाइड वर्जन देखेंगे दैट एक्चुअली फोटोसिंथेसिस अकर्स इन 2 स्टेप्स। नाउ व्हाट आर दोज स्टेप्स? So this is I'm talking about, and the steps of photosynthesis. First is light reaction, and the second is dark reaction. These two steps occurs in the process of photosynthesis. Now, light reaction is a light dependent reaction. And dark reaction is light independent reaction. Actually, what does that mean? To perform light reaction, plants requires light, and for dark reaction, there is no light is required. That means that this reaction can occur even in the absence of light or in the presence of light. What all required for dark reaction is the products which is synthesized during the light reaction. Right? Light reaction ko we also called as photophosphorylation. Right? Now, what is phosphorylation? That means synthesis of ATP, because it is occurring in the presence of light. So that is why we call it as photophosphorylation. Now, photophosphorylation can also take place by 2 ways. First is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. So that is why I put it the heading non-cyclic photophosphorylation, because photophosphorylation दो तरीके से हो सकता है plants में, either by non-cyclic and other by cyclic photophosphorylation. इस वीडियो में हम चर्चा करेंगे about non-cyclic photophosphorylation, right? So this is the picture of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, जो कि आपकी किताब NCERT में given है. आप बहुत ही familiar हैं इस picture से. Now, you know, this is a very familiar picture to you. Basically, अगर हम non-cyclic photophosphorylation की बात करें, there are 2 photosystems involved, photosystem 2 and photosystem 1. First, it begins with photosystem 2 as given in the picture, and then it follows by photosystem 1. This LHC stands for light harvesting complex. This stands for light harvesting complex. So basically there are 2 light harvesting complex involved in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now जो ये picture आपकी NCERT में given है, this is very compact. हम थोड़ा सा इसका elaborate पढ़ेंगे. For example, आपकी picture में दिया हुआ है electron transport system. So what is this electron transport system? What are the electron carriers which is actually participate in electron transport system? तो थोड़ा सा मैंने modify किया है इसको to give you the clear picture that how light absorbs, then how the light reaction takes place, right? चलिए मॉडिफाइड वर्जन देखते हैं इस डायग्राम का जो कि आपकी एनसीईआरटी में गिवन था. दिस इज अ लिटिल मॉडिफाइड वर्जन. नाउ बेसिकली अगर हम बात करते हैं नॉन साइक्लिक फोटोफॉस्फोराइलेशन की, सो दिस अकर्स इन 3 स्टेप्स. तो हम ये भी साथ में बात करते हुए चलेंगे कि किस टाइप से क्वेश्चंस आपके एग्जाम में आ सकते हैं. If you are in class 11th, तो subjective questions आपको किस तरह से मिलेंगे, and if you are preparing for the NEET exam, तो आपको objective questions किस तरह से मिलेंगे. तो अगर हम non-cyclic photophosphorylation की बात करें, basically it occurs in 3 steps, right? Now first is excitation of chlorophyll molecule. Excitation of chlorophyll molecule. Now, what does that mean? You know, what happens initially, as we can see in the picture, when light falls onto this reaction center, that is PS2 which means P680 because it absorbs the wavelength of 680 nanometer. Chlorophyll A, this is basically chlorophyll A, which absorbs the wavelength of 680 nanometer, which comprises PS2. So basically, non-cyclic photophosphorylation initiate from PS2. Now, when light falls on it, chlorophyll A absorbs the wavelength of 680 nanometer plus the surrounding pigments that you can see in the picture. These are the accessory pigments like this one. These are the accessory pigments which also absorbs their respective wavelength, and this pigment also transmits the absorbed energy to the chlorophyll A because this is the reaction center. Now, when the excitation of chlorophyll molecule takes place, what happens? The first step is it releases a pair of electrons. What happens? It releases a pair of electrons which is accepted by its PEA. Now, what does that mean? This is primary electron acceptor. So, we'll write over here, it is accepted by primary electron acceptor. So simple, when light falls on chlorophyll A, it gets excited, it releases a pair of electrons, and this pair of electrons is accepted by primary electron acceptor. Right? Now, what happens when this electron pair comes down the energy gradient level? It transports through electron transport chain. Now, right? Now, there are various proteins which act as electron acceptors and then transmit a pair of electrons finally to the photosystem 1, which is P700 because it absorbs the wavelength of 700 nanometer. Now, we'll discuss a little bit about this electron transport system. आपकी किताब में NCERT में कैसे दिया ये बात? Electron transport system. This is given as electron transport system as we have seen in the earlier picture, right? तो उसी का थोड़ा सा modified version I have given you over here. First, what happens? When this electron pairs come down the gradient level, first it is accepted by PQ. Now, what does this PQ? This is plastoquinone. From plastoquinone, it will pass to cytochrome complex, CYT, that is cytochrome complex, which basically comprises of CB6 and CYTF, cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F. Then from cytochrome complex, it passes to PC. PC means plastocyanin. Finally, it is accepted by the photosystem 1, that is P700, right? Now, as you see in the picture, I have also written here that this ATP is also being synthesized. Now, when electron pair passes from cytochrome complex, when electron pair passes through it, it releases certain amount of energy. That energy is used up by the cytochrome complex, and then this cytochrome complex synthesize ADP by combining ADP to inorganic phosphate, and your ATP is synthesized. Adenosine diphosphate will have one inorganic phosphate, and there how ATP is synthesized. So means when electron pair passes through the cytochrome complex uses the energy and synthesize ATP. So this is how from PS2 electron pair transport to PS1, right? Now when it passes to PS1, again this PS1 also gets the energy, right? And it receives a pair of electrons, so it also gets excited to the high energy level. It again releases a pair of electrons, right? Now it is having its own PEA, primary electron acceptor. So this pair of electron is again accepted by the primary electron acceptor. And then there is a short electron transport chain here also exists. This electron pair then accepted by another electron acceptor, which is ferredoxin. From ferredoxin, it will reaches to NADP+, right? And this NADP+ get reduced to NADPH2 later on. That we'll see in a minute. But then this electron pair finally passes to NADP+. ठीक है, तो just a quick recap. Light falls on PS2, it get excited, liberates a pair of electron, accepted by its primary electron acceptor. When it comes down the gradient level, it passes through different electron acceptors. Finally, it is received by PS1. Then PS1 also receiving the light, excited, liberate a pair of electron, accepted by its primary electron acceptor. Then again, this electron pair passes through ferredoxin. Finally, it is received by NADP+. Right? So this is the excitation of chlorophyll molecule. This is the first step which is going to take place in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now, what is the second step? Second step comes when, see, if continuously light falls on the chlorophyll A of the PS2, it continuously get excited, it continuously liberate a pair of electrons. So there must be some mechanism to compensate the lost pair of electrons. That mechanism is photolysis of water. That means the splitting of water takes place in the presence of light. Lysis means the breaking down, and then photo means light. So that means the splitting of water in the presence of light. Now, as we can see in the picture over here, this is the phenomena which is going to take place. Now, this is the water which when breaks in the presence of light, gives out a pair of electrons, a pair of protons, and a nascent oxygen. Soon a nascent oxygen will combine the other atom of oxygen and will form an oxygen molecule, which is released as byproduct into the atmosphere. We know that oxygen is released during the process of photosynthesis as byproduct. So this pair of electron is transported to reaction center of PS2, and there makes that loss has been made up. Right? Now, what happens to this protons? This protons is then reaches to NADP. This is the proton where it comes out. This NADP plus gets a pair of electrons, a pair of protons, and then can reduce to NADPH2, and our reducing power is synthesized, which is actually required in the followed reaction, which is dark reaction. Right? So this is the process. The third step, we can write it as synthesis of reducing power. So these are a few steps, 3 steps, one followed by the other. First is the excitation of chlorophyll molecule, second is the photolysis of water, and third is the synthesis of reducing power. So basically you can write these 3 steps whenever it is asked about non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now there is questions being asked in objective also form, like what are the location of this non-cyclic photophosphorylation. तो अगर हम location की बात करें, it is present at the membrane of thylakoids. कहाँ पे present है आपके ये PS2 and PS1 for non-cyclic photophosphorylation? It is being placed in the membrane of thylakoids. Now see, if this is the membrane, we know that it is a double membrane structure. So this occurs in the membrane of thylakoids. Now, where is this oxygen evolved? Oxygen is evolved in the lumen of the thylakoid because oxygen evolving complex is present to the inner membrane of the thylakoid. So these are the points that you have to keep it in mind because the questions are asked in the exam in an objective manner that which of the following is the location of the oxygen evolving complex, or what is the site where oxygen is actually evolved in the thylakoids. तो आपको ध्यान क्या रखना है? First step, location is membrane of thylakoid. Second step, oxygen evolving complex कहाँ present है आपका? Inner membrane of thylakoid. Right? Now, आपको और क्या ध्यान रखना है? For this process, there is an enzyme which is required, that is NADP reductase enzyme. तो आपको ध्यान रखना है कि where is this NADP reductase enzyme is present. So NADP reductase enzyme कहाँ present है आपका? Outer membrane of thylakoid. So if this is the outer membrane, we can say that here is the outer membrane of thylakoid. So basically, आपकी NADP will synthesize into the stroma of the chloroplast, right? So this is the location where you can find out that how different actions have been taking place. Last is what remain is the products. Now, it can be asked in the exam that what are the products of light reaction, right? So products में, as we can understand, products में आपका क्या synthesize हुआ? ATP, NADPH2 and oxygen. So oxygen is released into the atmosphere, and ATP and our reducing power will be used in the dark reaction. Now this non-cyclic photophosphorylation is also called as Z scheme. Why we call it Z scheme? A scientist must have thought that it goes like this, and then this, like it goes up, down, and then up. So it is also called as Z scheme, right? So this is about non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now in the next video, we'll discuss about cyclic photophosphorylation.